Well, here we are again. It's Halloween and I'm continuing my look at horror films with another classic. Yes, we're taking a look at the Halloween classic. Well, Halloween. It's Halloween. And before we start, if you enjoyed this video, then please do consider giving it a like, as it really does help out the channel. So let's not waste any more time and get stuck in, because if you had questions like where did the idea for this movie come from, how did this film spawn an entire subgenre, and if you thought the X-Men series was fucked, wait till you check out the spiderweb that is the Halloween franchise. That's not really a question, it's more of a statement, but fuck it. On with the video, because we got the answers for you. Oh, would you look at that, it's number 1. So, Halloween is a pagan event that takes place over multiple countries. Oh wait, no, wrong one. So, Halloween is a 1978 horror slasher film and could well be one of the first slasher films of the subgenre, although some might argue that was Psycho, but fuck it. The film was directed by, scored by, and co-written by legendary film director John Carpenter, who is of course known for many classics such as The Thing, They Live, The Fog, Escape from New York, and and I guess Escape from LA. Nice work there, John. The film tells the story of Michael Myers, who for no reason at all decides to brutally murder his sister, after which he is sent to a mental institution where he remains for 15 years until he finally escapes and goes on a murdering rampage in his hometown of Haddonfield on Halloween night, all the while wearing his now iconic costume. Laurie Strode, a young teenage babysitter, and her friends get caught up in Michael's killing spree, and Laurie has to try and survive the night and stop Michael. Ah, come on, he just wanted to have a bit of fun on Halloween. Look at him. Look at that face. I've never seen him so happy before. It's number 2. The initial idea for this film was given to Carpenter by producer Irwin Yablans. Yablans? Is that how you say his second name? Who asked Carpenter if he could write and direct a film about a psychotic killer that stalked babysitters. John Carpenter agreed on the basis that he would have full creative control over the project and began working on the script alongside his then girlfriend Deborah Hill. The original script was titled The Babysitter Murders, but this was later changed when Irwin Yablans suggested setting the story to take place on Halloween night and simply calling the film Halloween. The first draft took about 10 days to complete. Deborah Hill, who had worked as a babysitter herself, wrote most of the dialogue for the female characters, while Carpenter handled characters like Dr. Loomis and created that now famous line on the soullessness of Michael Myers. He's got no soul, he's soulless, his eyes are black eyes, he's got black eyes. That's how it goes, right? Ooh, it's number 3. When creating the character of Michael Myers, or as he's known in the film, This Shape, Carpenter drew upon several urban legends, particularly those that revolved around haunted houses in many small American communities. Carpenter stated, "Most small towns have a kind of haunted house story of one kind or another. At least that's what teenagers believe. There's always a house down the lane that somebody was killed in, or that somebody went crazy in." John Carpenter's inspiration for the evil of Michael Myers came from a memory he had when visiting a psychiatric institution during a college trip. There he witnessed among the several patients an adolescent boy who possessed a blank, cold stare. That image was the basis for the look we see young Michael have and the cold, emotionless persona he has as an adult. Deborah Hill stated that the scene in which Michael kills a German Shepherd was done to illustrate how evil and deadly he can be. Because of the low budget, most of the wardrobe and props for the film were often created from other items or purchased outright for a low price. Myers' mask was a Captain Kirk mask that was bought for the price of $1.98. What a bargain. Production designer Tommy Lee spray painted the mask white, widened the eyes, and altered the hair in order to give the mask an unsettling look. I will never look at Shatner the same way again. What a scary motherfucker. Ew, number 4. One of Carpenter's main intentions with Michael is that the audience should never be able to relate to him in any way. And to be honest, if you do relate to him, I'm worried. The scene in which Myers is shot several times and then falls over the balcony only to disappear moments later was done to terrify the imagination of the audience and to promote the idea that Myers could be anywhere. The idea was to keep the audience guessing to what Myers really is. Maybe he's more than human, possibly he's supernatural. To Carpenter, keeping the audience guessing was better than explaining what's really going on with the character. What a nice idea. Too bad several films later they threw that idea in the bin. Thanks, Hollywood. I got 5 on it. Oh, copyright strike. The role of Dr. Loomis was first pitched to actor Peter Cushing, who had just appeared in the hit film Star Wars as Grand Moff Tarkin. Cushing's agent, however, turned down the offer as the salary for the role was too low due to the film's low budget. Christopher Lee was also approached about the role but also had to turn it down, though later he expressed regret for doing so after the success of the film. Eventually, the role went to Donald Pleasence, who accepted the role due to his daughter being a fan of the score for Carpenter's film Assault on Precinct 13. Jamie Lee Curtis at the time was still an unknown actress, and Carpenter was initially hesitant to cast her in the role of Laurie Strode. However, after hearing that Curtis was the daughter of legendary psycho actress Janet Leigh, he realised that the film could receive great publicity by having her in it. The low budget nature of the film meant that many of the actors' wages were low for such a project. Jamie Lee Curtis received only $8,000 for the whole film, and Donald Pleasence earned only just $20,000, while Nick Castle, who played Michael Myers, was on a wage of $25 a day. This man got robbed. No wonder he's going around killing people. He's fucking frustrated. Oh, don't believe it. It's number 6. Although the film was set in a Midwestern town, the actual shoot took place in California. The crew shot the film in spring and had to use artificial leaves and scatter them around the street to help resemble the look of fall. As the film was shot out of sequence like most movies are, John Carpenter created a fear meter to help give direction to Jamie Lee Curtis on where her character's fear level was at any given scene. Jamie Lee Curtis apparently had several different facial expressions and scream volumes for each fear level. John Carpenter's direction for Nick Castle, who played Michael Myers, however, was very minimal, often telling him that his motivation for the character was to just walk from one set marker to the other and not act. The only real amount of direction Carpenter gave Castle was during the murder of Bob, in which Carpenter told Castle to tilt his head slightly and examine the body as if it were a butterfly collection. I'm glad you're dead, Bob. Number 7, baby. Number 7. Much like most of his films, John Carpenter created the score and theme for Halloween. The theme consists of a very simple but effective tune and was based on the theme for the film The Exorcist. The Halloween theme has been an iconic movie theme alongside others such as Jaws. It took 3 days for Carpenter to finish the entire film's score. Future film installments within the franchise would see variations of the theme, but the core melody of the theme would remain throughout. I don't know if I can actually play it due to copyright, so I'll just do it myself. That's how it goes, isn't it?
This thing is I'm sorry, it's completely
You wanna know a secret? It's number 8. Halloween opens with a very memorable opening scene in which we see a continuous shot from young Michael Myers' point of view. Although it appears to be one uncut shot, that is not actually the case. In fact, there are a total of 3 cuts within that scene. The first cut takes place when the mask is put on, and the second and third cuts were done after the murder. During the making of this scene, the child actor wasn't available until the last day. This meant that Deborah Hill stepped forward to be Michael in some of the shots, such as any time we see his hands come into view. Good heavens, number 9. Although Halloween was not the first film to use the slasher genre format, with films such as the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Black Christmas predating it, Halloween did however popularize the slasher genre and spawned a whole new wave of films and started the slasher craze of the 1980s. Halloween also helped create many of the tropes found in that subgenre, such as the final girl, characters who are substance abusers or sexually active being killed off, and a theme for the killer. Interestingly enough, John Carpenter and Deborah Hill stated many times that they did not intend to depict virginity as a way of defeating the killer, but simply their thinking was that horny teens were killed off because they were all too preoccupied with being laid. I mean, who isn't? Because of its success and popularity, Halloween became somewhat of a blueprint for future films such as A Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th. I say, old chap, it's number 10. On its release, Halloween seemed to do very well with little to no marketing, instead relying on word of mouth, which, if a film did that today, it would be dead before the end of the weekend. However, many critics seemed dismissive of the film upon its initial release. It was only with time did the film begin to change the hearts of those salty critics. In fact, Halloween has been the study of film critics and audiences alike, many of whom examined the themes presented within Halloween and the use of cinematography by Carpenter, as well as the characterization of Myers. Halloween spawned many sequels. Too many. They include, and bear with me because this franchise is fucked. Halloween 2, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, which has nothing to do with Halloween or Halloween 2 and is set in its own universe. Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. He's back, baby. Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. Halloween H2O, 20 years later, which ignores the events of Halloween 4, 5 and 6. Halloween Resurrection, which is a sequel to H2O and continues to ignore the events of 4, 5 and 6.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
Halloween, the 2007 remake, which ignores all the films. Halloween 2, the remake, which is a sequel to the 2007 remake. Halloween, the 2018 version, because these fuckers figured, we've already got 2 films called Halloween, why not have a 3rd? Halloween Kills. It certainly did. And the upcoming movie at the time of writing this, Halloween Ends. But it won't, because fucking money. Well, there you go, 10 facts about the movie Halloween. Hey, if you like this, then please remember to give it a like, as it really does help out the video a lot. And if you want to see more and you don't want to miss out on anything that happens on here, then please consider subscribing and hitting the bell thingy to stay notified. And while you're at it, why not check out our other Film Facts videos? They cover both film and TV. But you know what? Thanks for watching.